or toss the Constitution out just because it gets in the way.
Way gets in the way.
Maybe I'm an optimist. Nah, more likely, I just let it slip. You see, going over the news today, I sort of have come across a running theme. Now, as soon as this pandemic is going on, you saw the slow, incremental decline of rights. Now, I know what you're going to say. Well, these are unprecedented times. Really? Unprecedented? So the Constitution can wax and wane at any time, depending on the feeling or the perceived virus and its effects on people. So we just toss the baby out with the bathwater or toss the Constitution out just because it gets in the way. And I think that's what you see now. For instance, the extreme douchebag of a governor of Kentucky saying, hey, stay home. Don't go to church. What? Where people are too stupid to social distance at church? And so we're going to have the cops monitor you and your license plate number and put leaflets under your windshield wiper telling you, hey, guess what? Notice, this is a dangerous pandemic. I think we all know that by now. I think what we're seeing here is sort of a test bed, if you will. Now, I wouldn't say it's an active test bed. I'd say it's more of a passive. They're seeing what they can get away with, but not really doing too much. Now, you do see some people, like I've alluded in the past videos a couple days ago, where some surfer out in the middle of the ocean gets arrested or fined. People watching a sunset get fined. Matter of fact, Blair White today, she was just out walking her dog. No one around her. Police come up and go, hey, you need to get your mask on. Ironically, though, the cop was not wearing a mask. That's where I come into play here. You see, I always watch these First Amendment audit videos and stuff like that. Now, I know what you're going to say. Some people are like, well, they're just antagonizing the cops. Really? So it's illegal to antagonize the cops, but they're allowed to blast you in the face because they feel threatened? Because they just want to go home. Okay. Moving over to here, you just give the cops right now more leeway to do stuff to you. I find that interesting. Should we give the cops more leeway to do stuff to you, under the color of law, even though it's against the Constitution? And just because someone signs a direct order or a executive order, especially in Louisiana, saying that, hey, you can't mingle with more than 10 people within 6 feet of each other. Okay. How is that legal? Now, I know what you're going to say. Well, unprecedented times. Well, let's look at the First Amendment here. Let me think here. Right to assemble? Peacefully assemble. Freedom of speech. Right. And you see, with that, they're trying to take one of the tenets out of the First Amendment and kind of just put a whiteout through it. And then go, oh, we can't. Oh, let's go to the Second Amendment. Oh, we can't. You're buying too many guns. We need to have gun shops are not essential businesses. We need, First Amendment, Second Amendment. Oh, we can't really do that. Third, they're not going to count because they're not police and or military are not being housed in your domicile yet. And then it comes to Fourth and Fifth Amendment. Well, we can all disagree or agree that what they're doing right now is outside the color of law. They're just saying, well, unprecedented times. So let me ask you this. So if something else happens, let's just say another pandemic or COVID-19 number 2 this winter in a theater near you, do you think that might happen? They might just say, whoa, we're going to start this all back up again. Okay. And I'm not dismissing that this is a critical time in this country's history, in world history, that we need to react to this. However, what are we going to look like after all this ends? And this becomes, I don't know, a yearly vaccine that we all have to take, because I guarantee you, this isn't coming into an end anytime soon. This is a new normal. So how does the world look after this? After we're all done, sheltering in place, social distancing, wearing masks? I can't tell you. But what I can hypothesize a little bit. One, this mask wearing stuff is going to happen for the time being. You're going to see it, just like in the Asian countries, where a lot of times people, kind of like make fun of them, and go, "Oh, why are they wearing it?" Well, pollution's one of them, and they just didn't want to spread germs if they're sick. So now you can kind of understand why they do it. Now you can understand why we do it, and will they tell you to do it. I went to the grocery store today, matter of fact, and I didn't have one of those quote-unquote masks on. I had a baklava over my face, and they said they wouldn't let me in. Luckily, my wife had one, put it on, I got through. Interestingly enough, is that a lot of these masks, they're not necessarily, they're not two-way. They're meaning that they sort of block the virus or the sickness, if you will, the bacteria, going through your mask, but not really coming through, if that makes sense. That's what I've heard. Don't know if that's true, but it makes sense. Like I said, a lot of this stuff is just window dressing. Matter of fact, before you get into the store down here, is they spray you with this chemical on your legs, and you gotta scuff your feet on the ground, like the virus is just hanging out in patches on the ground. I don't get that. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Like I said, window dressing. Does it really do anything to affect the overall wellness? No. But if people see it, they feel better. And I guess, again, is that where we're at now? Well, I feel better, so it must be okay. Well, feeling better, which is fine, doesn't really do for the overall effect of health, I guess. I don't know. Going back to the United States here, interestingly enough, when I asked the question or posed the question, what is this all going to look like after we're done? Good question. Well, like I said, the masks are going to be here to stay for a while, maybe a couple years. You're going to see a lot more action like this from the federal government, even the state governments, where they're going to say, "Oh, there's a sickness, shut it down." And they're going to start curtailing, certain First and Second Amendment activities out of safety and concern about the public at large. See, that's all you have to do now is just say, public safety, and we're supposed to throw the Constitution out? And say, "Oh, don't worry about it. We'll bring it back later." How many times can you do that? Kind of mute the Constitution, you put it on pause for a couple of months, and then restart it again. Like your car's been sitting out for 3 months. Sooner or later, the battery's going to die, and you just can't start it up anymore. Then what? Well, I don't know. Maybe you can post down in the comments, what do you think may happen after all this is said and done? And I say done, it's not going to be really done. It's just one of those things that we're have to kind of contend with. Like the Spanish flu of 1918, which today, the normal flu, that is a version, so I've heard. So it'll just be another flu shot you got to get every year. And they're going to make it mandatory and guarantee it too, that if you don't have your papers showing your immunity to the yearly version of the coronavirus, or COVID-19, then let's just say your rights will be surely violated if you don't have that paperwork. And businesses will allow you in because they'll say, "Hey, that's a private business. They can stop you anywhere." Think about that. Stay frosty, because goddamn, you're going to need to.